what's up, you guys? My name is Beatriz and welcome to my freaking channel. Welcome to this video. Today's video I'm going to be talking about coming out, you know, me coming out as a lesbian. There's this one story I definitely want to put out there. It really cracks me up. It still cracks me up to this day. I went to go get a second job with my uncle. My uncle was facing the other way, and when I came up and I was like, hey Theo, he turned around and his reaction, okay, I'm gonna play my when he turned around, he was like kind of shook because he's seen me with short hair, like a boy short haircut, and I was laughing in my head so hard. I was just like, did he really just react to me like that? Like, you know, this is how I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable wearing guy clothes. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it and talk about all the details and how I came out. Here we go.
1 hour later.
I'm a lesbian. I didn't really realize that I was gay growing up. I was so like I would always wear my brother's clothes too. And I just felt so comfortable, you know, and I didn't realize at the time. I think I was like in middle school when I was dressing like that. 9th grade is the year that I was like, okay, I'm gonna accept myself as being bisexual. Okay. I didn't know where to turn to or who to talk to. And I reached out to my cousin because I knew she was gay too. And you know, me and her got really close because we connected on that. You know, she was gay and I was gay too, you know. And like in 9th grade, I messed with this one girl and she was a lot older than me. And, you know, it was New Year's and we were doing stuff. But I was like freaking only 16 or I think I was only like 15 or 16, and this bitch was like fucking 20, in her 20s. I think she was like 25, 26. I don't remember. I was 16 though. That happened and it was just like a one-time thing. Like, we didn't like, you know, do it again. And so I was just like, okay, I really do dig girls. Like, I really like kissing them. I you know, I want to further this. And like, I was keeping it a secret, and I've had boyfriends, and I was so lost, you know. I was trying to find myself, and so I just started talking to a bunch of people around that time, and I just, you know, I didn't know what I wanted. And then it was until I graduated from high school and when I moved out of my mom's house, and I was just like, you know, I was always with my best friend, so I wasn't like, you know, putting myself out there and, you know, trying to find someone to like, you know, mess with. And then I met this girl through my best friend, and she was gay too, and I found her really attractive, and I was just like, dang, she's really pretty. But she was already in a relationship, you know. I was just like, nah, I ain't fucking with that shit. So then one day I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just do it. So I sent her a text message, you know, I sent her a flirty text message, and then things kind of hit off. And my mistake in that situation was, this girl's already in a relationship. Started talking and we started flirting and stuff, and turned out, you know, she wasn't in that relationship anymore. Another mistake I made, we jumped into it. Like, I didn't even get to know this person, you know. I didn't really get to experience who she is and how she is, and I just kind of stuck through it, you know. Like, when we started dating, when we made it official, that relationship was pretty rocky. But in the beginning of the relationship, I was like, man, you know, I need to tell my family that I'm gay and I'm dating a fucking girl. Like, the first person I told was my sister, and she was like kind of shook. And she was like, what? And then I told my other sister about it, and she was real cool and understanding. And, you know, like, when your family has your back, that's when you know, I don't know, it makes you feel good to know that your family accept you for who you are, you know? And when I told my mom, I was really scared. I was panicking. I was freaking out. I was just like, it was horrible. And when I finally told her, it was like, she was mad because I didn't come out as soon as I found out. You know, I didn't run to her and tell her that I am gay, you know. And she was like asking me, who is this girl, and all this, you know, just asking questions. And she was like, you know, there's a lot of guys out there, you know, why would you want a girl, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, you know, I don't like guys. I'm grossed out with them, you know. Like, I've dated several guys, and I had several boyfriends, and it grossed me out, man. Like, I literally wanted to throw up. She told me, okay, you know, I still love you. I just, you know, I'm here for you if you ever need me. And so I took that as she got my back no matter what, you know. And a few months later, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm struggling. I need to move back home. You know, this girl is, you know, either gonna stay behind or go with me. And she ended up going with me to my mom's, and things kind of got rocky. I cut my hair off on my birthday, and it took me a minute to gain that confidence, because I went from long hair to a boy cut hairstyle. And my mom and my stepdad, they were like totally against me, and, you know, basically saying rude, mean things to me, talking about, you want to be a man, might as well go get a dick, you know, like shit like that. And like, instead of them being there and comforting me and supporting me, they were against me. And I just, it was too much for me, and I had to leave. It was just terrible, man. It was the hardest time of my life, because the one person that you want to support you doesn't support you and is against you and is saying things to bring you down and to hurt you. And when I left, I shut down. I cut all my friends off. I cut myself from everybody, from my friends, my family. I disappeared from, you know, social media, and I literally went through a huge depression. Like, I was lost. And my dad, you know, he was like, I support you, I love you, you're my baby, you know, no matter what, even if you change the way you are, you're still my baby. My dad basically brought me back to life, I guess I can say, like, because I was hiding, I was shutting myself out, I was struggling. My dad brought me out, and I went to go see my grandparents, because my dad and his side of the family, like my uncles and aunt, they were there too. And he said, give it a shot, you know, go see your grandparents, give it a shot, and if they're against you, at least you tried to come around, you know. And so I was like, okay, you know what, you're right, I'll come out, you know, I'll go visit them. So that day came, I went to go see them, and my grandma looked at me and she was like, who are you? And I was just like, it's me. What do you mean? It's me, Bea. By the way, Bea is my nickname. That's what a lot of my close friends and family calls me. And my grandma was like pretty surprised and shocked to see me. Like, at this point, my hair was like an afro, because I was like in the process of growing it back out. And when I walked up to my family, they were like so excited to see me. They were so happy. My grandpa started crying, and I gave him a hug, and I was just like so relieved. Like, a big weight that was on my shoulder just lifted off. And I was just like, wow. And so, you know, my family's like talking to me, asking me how I'm doing, like, what have I been up to, you know, just asking questions, because I've been hiding, you know, like, I shut myself out. And you know, after I realized, I was like, man, you know, my dad's side of the family is really supportive. And they would tell me a lot, like, I support you, you know, I love you, you know, don't ever change, don't hide, you know, just come out and just, you know, we want to see you, you know, grow and you know, be happy and stuff. And they were asking me about, you know, my girl at the time, and they wanted to meet her and all this other stuff, and it just made me feel so good inside. Like, I was like, wow, like, this side of the family is interested in my life. Like, you know, it's crazy. And my mom's side of the family, like, when I finally reached out to my mom, you know, obviously I know they don't agree with what I am, and you know, they don't support that, but what can they do, you know? Like, I'm fucking gay. I'm not gonna change who I am just because you don't like me, you know? And I was supposed to go to my mom's house for Thanksgiving, and I'm not gonna say who, but one of our family member on my mom's side was like, I'm not coming over if she's going to your house, or something like that. And it really broke my mom. Like, she broke down because she was like, how can you say that about my daughter? Like, but then again, I'm just like, it's their loss, you know? If they don't want to see me, they don't want to be around me, they're lost. Like, who fucking cares, you know? And it was tough. Like, when I started coming around my mom, I would catch her looking at me up and down, and it would make me feel so uncomfortable. And I would catch her looking at me, and I'm just like, our connection is not what it used to be, you know? Like, we weren't as close as we were before I came out, you know? Like, it's different. And I would catch her doing it multiple times every time I would come around, you know? And it would hurt me really bad, because I was just like, this woman's supposed to be my mom, and she's uncomfortable. But she still came around because I'm her daughter, you know? And I still came around because she's my mom. But eventually, you know, I know that when you come out to your parents, they have to process it, and sometimes it takes a long time for them to be like, okay, my daughter is gay, like, she really is gay, and she's not changing, you know? Like, she would always tell me, there's a lot of guys out there, like, I'm just like, okay, I don't want none of them. Like, why do I have to get with a guy, you know? But now things are so different. My mom and dad, they freaking love me. My mom is, you know, very supportive now that she realized, she's like, okay, my daughter's not changing at all. So now she's there for me. But yeah, I think it's just crazy. Like, it was a journey. It was a journey for real. I came out to my parents at the age of 18. I'm now 25. And I found out that I was gay in 9th grade when I was 14 or 15. And then, looking back, I was gay my entire life. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna say my entire life, because, I mean, when you're a baby, you don't know. But I knew that in middle school, because the way I dressed and the way I would carry myself. But in 9th grade, I was just like my best friend knew I was gay. At the time, my best friend at the time knew I was gay, but I didn't want to admit that to myself, because I was just like, man, that's wrong, you know? I would pray about it. I would go to church and ask God for forgiveness. And, you know, I was so unhappy for the longest time. And for the longest time I was unhappy. But ever since I came out, I felt better. At first it was kind of hard because I was just like, oh my God, you know, I'm out in public with a girl and she's trying to hold my hand and I don't want to do that. Like, I was just like, you know, privacy type of thing. And now it's just like, I don't care. Like, you want to hold my hand in public. You know, let me hug up on you, let me kiss you and shit like that, you know? It's just, you grow this confidence inside you as you get, you know, as you grow, as you get older. And now I was with that person for 5 years and it was pretty toxic for both of us. And I was the one that ended it. And 6-7 months ago, my confidence was pretty low. Now my confidence is high up, like fucking high. And I'm completely comfortable with myself now. Like, I forgot to mention in the coming out video that, you know, if your parents disown you at first, I just want to say, don't give up. You know, don't lose hope. Just give them time and space for them to process it in their head. And, you know, because I know it sucks. Like I said, you know, I literally cut my mom off just because it was hurting me. And eventually I came around and I started talking to her, and, you know, she tried reaching out to me a few times, and I just, you know, I shut myself out. But you will have parents who will support you right away because they love you and they just want to see you happy, versus, you know, parents who have to let it kind of sink into their head and understand, okay, my daughter will be this way, I have to accept her, you know. And it sucks that they judge you, but, you know, at the end of the day, your happiness matters the most, more than anybody else. You know, I'm not trying to give anybody any advice. I just want to say, you know, if you're coming out, just hang in there. Don't give up. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did, talking about my coming out story. And give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until next time.